Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and all those gathered here today, I stand before you to speak about a truth that is as ancient as time itself, yet remains as relevant today as it ever has been. The purpose and power of a woman. From the beginning of creation, God established a purpose for everything. He did not create anything without intention, without purpose. When he created the heavens and the earth, he had a clear purpose for them. The sun, the moon, the stars, the plants, the animals, each was created with a specific role to play in the grand design. But when God created man, he said, it is not good for man to be alone. And so he created woman. But he did not create her merely as an afterthought or as an addition to man's existence. No, God had a purpose in mind for her, one that was equal to and complementary to man's purpose. The woman in her essence carries a unique power, a power that is often misunderstood or overlooked. This power is not just physical, nor is it merely emotional or intellectual. It is a spiritual, eternal power, a power that is embedded in her very being. The woman's purpose is not confined to one realm of life. It spans across every area of existence. Her purpose is to be a co-creator, a nurturer, a leader, a teacher, and a builder. God created woman with a distinct purpose to fulfill the divine mandate to bring forth life and to bring that life into the world in a way that reflects his nature. But let us not mistake this purpose for a limited role. The power of woman is not confined to the ability to bear children. It is much deeper, much more profound than that. The woman's power lies in her capacity to influence, to shape, and to transform the world around her. She has been endowed with the ability to nurture life, but also to lead, to teach, and to build kingdoms. You see, the woman was not created to be a passive observer in the world. She was created to be an active participant, to engage with the world in such a way that her influence shapes the course of history. She is not a subordinate being, not someone who is merely a helper to man. Rather, she is a partner in creation, a partner in the mission of building God's kingdom on earth. The power of woman lies in her ability to multiply. When God told Adam and Eve to be fruitful and multiply, he was not just speaking of physical reproduction. He was speaking to a deeper principle. The woman has the ability to multiply ideas, to multiply resources, to multiply opportunities. Her influence is felt in every area of life, from the home to the workplace, from the church to the community. The woman's power is in her capacity to bring transformation, to bring life where there is death, hope where there is despair, vision where there is blindness. And let me be clear, the woman's power is not a power that is to be used to dominate or control others. It is a power that is to be used for good, for the advancement of God's purposes. It is a power that is to be used with wisdom, with humility, with grace. The woman's power is in her ability to lead with compassion, to serve with dignity, to influence with integrity. Her power is not in her strength to overpower, but in her strength to empower others. This power is not something that can be taken lightly. It is a responsibility, one that requires maturity, wisdom, and discernment. The woman must understand her worth, understand her role in the grand scheme of things. She must recognize that she is not a mere product of circumstance, but a product of divine design. She has been created for a purpose, and that purpose is to impact the world around her in ways that reflect the glory of God. It is important for every woman to understand that her worth is not determined by the opinions of others. It is not determined by the standards of the world nor by the expectations of society. Her worth is determined by her Creator, by the one who formed her with his own hands, breathed life into her, and gave her a purpose that is eternal. The woman's worth is immeasurable because she has been created in the image of God, and she reflects his nature in ways that only she can. The power of the woman is also seen in her ability to influence others. There is something about a woman's presence that brings comfort, that brings peace, that brings strength. She has the ability to lead through love, to inspire through example, to encourage through words and actions. The woman's power is seen in the way she impacts those around her, whether it is her children, her spouse, her community, or her world. Her influence is far-reaching, often in ways that are unseen, often in ways that are unnoticed, but it is always there, working, building, transforming. But there is also a call to the woman to rise up and take her place in the world. There is a call to the woman to step into her destiny, to embrace the purpose for which she was created. The world needs women who understand their power, who understand their purpose, and who are willing to walk in that power with confidence and grace. The world needs women who are not afraid to step into leadership roles, who are not afraid to speak out, who are not afraid to make a difference. The world needs women who are willing to use their influence to bring about change, to bring about justice, to bring about healing. To the women here today, know that you have been endowed with a power that is unmatched, a power that is needed in this world. You have been given a purpose, a destiny, and a mandate. You are called to lead, to nurture, to teach, and to build. You are called to impact your world in ways that will echo through eternity. Embrace that purpose. Walk in that power. Never underestimate the influence that you carry. For you, dear woman, are a co-laborer with God in the creation of his kingdom on earth, and your power is needed now more than ever. Let us celebrate the purpose and power of the woman. Let us honor her for the unique, powerful, and essential role she plays in the fulfillment of God's grand design for the world. Let us lift her up, empower her, and support her in fulfilling the purpose for which she was created. For in doing so, we will see a world transformed, a world made whole, a world that reflects the glory of God in all of its fullness. The woman was created with a unique and divine purpose, equal to and complementary to man's role in creation. From the very beginning, God's design was intentional. When he created the heavens, the earth, and everything in it, he had a distinct plan for each. The creation of man was purposeful, but it was incomplete without the woman. In the Genesis narrative, when God declared it is not good for man to be alone, he made a deliberate decision to create the woman as a companion, a helper suitable for him. This reveals that the woman was not an afterthought, nor was she created to merely assist the man in a secondary role. Instead, she was designed with a profound purpose to be a partner in the fulfillment of God's plan. God did not create the woman to exist merely as a companion or a caretaker. Her purpose was not limited to providing support in a narrow sense, but rather to fulfill a vital role in creation itself. She was created with the ability to co-labor with man in fulfilling the divine mandate to multiply and fill the earth. This purpose stretches beyond the physical act of procreation and touches the deeper responsibility of nurturing life, fostering relationships, and cultivating growth in all areas of life. From the beginning, the woman was given the responsibility to be a co-creator, a cultivator, and an active participant in God's unfolding plan for humanity. The woman's purpose is not merely about fulfilling a domestic or relational role. It extends to her ability to influence and shape the world around her. Her influence is not passive, but active and dynamic. She is entrusted with the task of bringing forth life in its many forms: physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Her presence and contributions are meant to complement and strengthen the work of the man, ensuring the fullness of God's vision for creation. In the divine design, the woman was not created to follow or be subjugated, but to be a partner, a fellow steward of God's creation with her own purpose and identity. This identity is integral to the realization of the fullness of God's plan for humanity. A woman possesses the power to shape, transform, and multiply life in various spheres of influence, from the home to the community. This power is not just inherent in her biological abilities, but is embedded in her spiritual, emotional, and intellectual capacities. A woman's influence begins with her ability to nurture and care for those entrusted to her. Whether as a mother, a mentor, or a friend, she has the unique gift of imparting wisdom, offering guidance, and providing a safe space for growth. Through this nurturing, she has the potential to shape the future of families, communities, and even nations. Her words, actions, and presence have the ability to heal, restore, and build. In addition to her nurturing role, a woman's power is evident in her ability to inspire change in her environment. She does not simply exist within the structures of society. She plays a crucial role in transforming those structures, bringing vision where there is stagnation and hope where there is despair. A woman has the ability to identify opportunities and turn them into realities, whether through entrepreneurship, education, or leadership in various fields. She has the capacity to bring innovation, creativity, and progress. This power to shape is not just confined to the home or the workplace, but extends into the broader world, influencing culture, policy, and societal values. The ability to multiply is another aspect of a woman's inherent power. She does not only nurture the lives entrusted to her, but she has the capacity to multiply potential. Her influence can extend far beyond what is immediately visible. She nurtures dreams, builds confidence, and strengthens the resolve of others, helping them to realize their potential. Whether in a family, a business, or a community, the impact of her actions can multiply exponentially, affecting generations to come. This multiplication goes beyond tangible results. It is also seen in the legacy she leaves behind. The impact of her leadership, love, and wisdom is felt long after she has passed on. Through the relationships she builds and the lives she touches, a woman's power has the potential to transcend time. Her ability to multiply is not just a function of her capacity to create, but also her ability to inspire growth and transformation in others. True power for a woman lies in leading with humility, grace, and integrity, empowering others rather than dominating them. Leadership is not about exerting control or forcing others to submit to one's will. It is about understanding that influence is most powerful when it is used for the good of others, when it serves the collective purpose rather than personal ambition. A woman's strength lies in her ability to lead from within, drawing on her inner character, wisdom, and compassion to guide those around her. Leadership for a woman is often rooted in her relational nature. Unlike traditional concepts of leadership that focus on authority and power, a woman's leadership style emphasizes collaboration, empathy, and community. She leads not by force, but by fostering trust and building relationships. Through her actions, she demonstrates the values of respect, understanding, and kindness, encouraging those she leads to flourish. Her leadership is often marked by a willingness to listen, to understand the needs of others, and to act with humility and integrity, knowing that leadership is not a privilege but a responsibility. A woman's power is not in her ability to dominate, but in her ability to elevate others. True leadership is about raising those around her to greater heights. She empowers others by nurturing their gifts, by offering encouragement, and by creating an environment where each person can thrive. Whether she is guiding her children, leading a team at work, or influencing her community, a woman's leadership is defined by her commitment to seeing others succeed. She understands that her influence is most potent when it is shared, when it uplifts others and helps them realize their potential. Humility in leadership does not mean weakness, nor does it imply a lack of authority. Instead, it means recognizing that leadership is not about the leader, but about the mission, the community, and the greater good. A woman who leads with humility acknowledges her own limitations, listens to others, and continuously seeks wisdom. She is open to feedback, and she learns from those around her, fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect and growth. Her integrity ensures that her leadership is guided by principles that reflect truth, fairness, and justice, never compromising her values for the sake of convenience or popularity. In this way, the power of a woman in leadership is a quiet strength, rooted in selflessness and a desire to see the best in others. She leads not to be praised, but to make a difference. Through her humility, grace, and integrity, she cultivates an environment where others can lead as well, ensuring that her influence is both transformative and enduring. A woman's worth is determined by her Creator and is not defined by societal standards or opinions. In a world that often seeks to define people by external achievements, appearances, and social expectations, the intrinsic value of a woman cannot be measured by such superficial metric. Her worth is not based on her success in meeting the fleeting standards set by society, but on the fact that she was intentionally and uniquely designed by God. Her value is inherent, deeply rooted in her creation and purpose, and is unshakable despite external circumstances. In the eyes of the Creator, every woman is precious, and her worth is far beyond material possessions, titles, or societal approval. It is an inherent value that exists because she was made in the image of God with a purpose that reflects His divine will. When God created the woman, He did not make her as an afterthought, nor did He create her to be secondary in worth or function to the man. She was created as a co-equal, a vital part of the grand design of creation. Her worth is not something that can be diminished by the opinions of others or by the cultural pressures to conform to certain ideals. It is important to understand that a woman's value is not based on her role in the family or society alone. While these roles are significant and meaningful, her worth transcends these contexts. The worth of a woman is not confined to her ability to perform certain duties or fit within predefined roles. Her value is defined by her being, a unique individual created with purpose, endowed with strength, wisdom, and potential that cannot be measured by anything other than God's design. The world may judge a woman by her outward appearance, her accomplishments, or her social standing, but these are not the true markers of her worth. True worth comes from understanding that a woman's value is eternal, not temporary. It is rooted in the fact that she was made with intention to fulfill a purpose that aligns with God's greater plan. This understanding of worth leads to freedom, a freedom from the shackles of comparison, from the pressures of societal expectations, and from the need for external validation. It empowers a woman to walk confidently in her identity, knowing that she is priceless in the eyes of her Creator. Women are called to embrace their purpose, step into leadership, and use their influence to bring about positive change in the world. The call to rise is not merely an invitation, it is a divine mandate, one that resonates deep within the heart of every woman who recognizes her unique position in God's plan. The world is in need of women who understand their significance, their power, and their responsibility to step into roles of leadership, influence, and transformation. Women are not meant to simply exist in the background. They are created to take their place at the forefront of society, culture, and the home, using their gifts to make an impact. The call to rise is a call to action, to step beyond the limitations placed upon women by society and to walk in the fullness of their potential. It is a call to push past the doubts, fears, and insecurities that may seek to hold them back and to embrace the purpose that has been ordained for them. Every woman has been given unique gifts and talents that are meant to be used to bring about change in her environment. Whether she is leading in the marketplace, the home, the church, or the community, her leadership has the power to affect lasting transformation. The world needs women who are unafraid to claim their place in leadership, who are ready to rise to the challenges before them and to boldly make a difference. A woman's influence is not just about occupying a position of power. It is about using that power to serve others, to elevate those around her, and to bring about positive change. Leadership in a woman's life is not about dominance or control, but about guiding others with wisdom, compassion, and grace. As she steps into her purpose, she brings with her the power to create opportunities, build relationships, and inspire others to reach their fullest potential. The strength of a woman's influence is often seen in the way she encourages, empowers, and nurtures those she leads, whether in a family, a team, or a community. Embracing the call to rise means embracing the responsibility that comes with it. Women are called to rise, not for their own gain, but for the betterment of the world. This call challenges women to move beyond personal comfort, to step into the fullness of their identity, and to pursue their purpose with passion and commitment. When women rise, they inspire others to rise with them, creating a ripple effect of transformation that extends far beyond their immediate circles. This is the power of a woman who understands her purpose and is willing to walk in it with courage and conviction. In conclusion, the purpose and power of a woman are undeniable forces that shape not only the lives of those around her, but also the world at large. A woman was created with unique divine intent, not as an afterthought, but as a partner with man in the grand design of creation. Her purpose extends far beyond traditional roles. She is an integral co-creator entrusted with the responsibility of nurturing, building, and transforming life in its many forms. Whether in the home, the workplace, or the community, a woman has the power to influence and multiply life, opportunities, and potential. This power is not something that can be measured by societal standards, external appearances, or material success. A woman's worth is inherent and determined by her Creator, not by the fleeting and often distorted expectations of the world. Her value lies in her being, in the fact that she was intentionally designed with purpose and endowed with strength, wisdom, and an innate ability to lead. True power for a woman is expressed in leadership through humility, grace, and integrity, guiding and empowering others to reach their potential, and serving as an example of what it means to lead with compassion, vision, and authenticity. The call for women to rise is not just a call to action, but an invitation to step into their destiny. It is a reminder that every woman has a unique role to play in the unfolding story of creation, and that role is vital to the advancement of society, the strengthening of families, and the building of communities. Women are called to lead not for their own glory, but for the good of others, using their influence to elevate, empower, and inspire those around them. The responsibility to embrace this call is not light. It requires courage, wisdom, and a deep understanding of one's purpose. When women embrace their purpose and walk in the fullness of their power, they bring transformation wherever they go. Their impact extends far beyond what is immediately visible. Through their nurturing, their leadership, and their influence, they shape futures, build legacies, and create lasting change. It is not in domination that women find their true strength, but in their ability to uplift others, to serve with humility, and to lead with integrity. The world needs women who understand their worth, who embrace their purpose, and who rise to the challenges of leadership with grace and confidence. It is through their example that we see the true potential of humanity, the ability to create, to nurture, to lead, and to transform. As women rise and step into their God-given purpose, they empower the world to become a place of greater love, justice, and prosperity. The purpose and power of a woman are essential to the fulfillment of God's divine plan for the world. Let every woman embrace this power, knowing that her worth is unshakable, her influence is profound, and her purpose is eternal.